'cause it won't be long until you're mine. Sure as I've been waiting for your love, I can see the stars shine up above, telling me keep holding on.
Alright guys, welcome back. Seriously, are we just saying we thought we were mics were on, but they were? Alright. That was intense, but don't forget, we've got Top versus Lucira coming up here.
Yep.
This should also be really intense. Top, a guy who was always pretty good. Then he got, you know, he was like, oh, he's actually pretty good, like super pretty good. Now he's really, really good. So is Lucira, though. So this is going to be a great TVZ. Both of these guys good at this matchup, actually.
Yeah, both of them very proficient in these specific matchups, like you were saying. But, that being said, both of them can play very unique and niche styles if it's required.
Yeah.
So anything can come from either of them. It's very... This is why I like matchups like this, because you don't know what's going to happen. Sometimes you can sit there and go, oh, this player's going to play this style on this map. And then it happens, and it's like...
ST is not the kind of guy who's going to 6-pool or like do a Baneling all-in. Lucira, he could do that. Top, he's the kind of guy who could 2-racks. He could go like 15 CC. You just don't know. He could do it, man. Top, his macro is actually incredible. In his earlier GSLs, his decision-making wasn't as strong, but his macro was always so good. Now, his macro hasn't changed, but his decision-making has. It's improved.
Well, that's what happens with practice.
Yeah.
These guys do practice a lot. I believe the... Oh, I'm mental blanking on the word. The more free reign teams with their practice schedules do 8 hours, and that's the ones who go easy per day.
Yeah, that's true. Top, he hasn't been with OGS extremely long. I mean, like, OGS was formed without him. He joined, you know, after doing pretty well, and then just came in. I think he actually joined in the end of Open Season 1, but either way, he's always been solid. There he is right there. He's played since the first Open Season. The first time I really remember Top doing well, because it was back when we were all getting into the Korean scene of StarCraft 2, was when he played against, I think it was Fruit Dealer, and there were Thors, and it wasn't the Thor AoE. I mean, the Ultraless AoE was bugged out, and the Thors were just dying like crazy. Yeah, that's what I remember. That's the first time I really remember Top. And,
of course, his group here for Codes was Fruit Dealer, Genius, and Virus.
Yep.
Am I thinking this is the right game where Fruit Dealer lost like 100 drones? Was that versus Virus?
Yes, actually, that's what happened. Yep, I remember
so Lucira's got to look out for that.
Yeah, I don't think Lucira will react in the same way that Fruit Dealer did in that particular set of games. Fruit Dealer, he's on Startail now, and he's got some catching up to do, I'd say. I'm really critical of Fruit Dealer, but it's because I was such a fan of his, and every time I see Fruit Dealer, I'm like, yeah, he's going to be awesome, and then he just doesn't do as well as I expect.
Of course, we have Lucira's stats. Actually took out Marine King and Zenex Coca in his groups. Not easy thing to do, as we've seen just recently. But his last recent 10 sets, 4 wins, 6 losses. It's very interesting.
Yeah, he's lost to Polt and SC. Only those two players. You can see at the beginning there, losing to SC 3 times and losing to Polt in a best of 3, and then of course losing to SC once again. Did take out Marine King though. Marine King, a very, very solid player. SC though, you know, losing to SC is not a huge deal because SC's TVZ is actually some of the best in the world.
Yeah.
He's actually one of the best players in the world. He's very underrated, even still after his performances. Some people don't think he's that good, but he is so good. Loyu has a lot of players like that, man.
Absolutely. SC did hold the rank #1 and rank #2 on the Korean ladder for a week or so.
Yeah.
And that is not easy to do.
That is so hard to do. You have to play so much to do that.
And you'll keep getting like 2 and 3 points per game and lose one and you lose like 20.
You just don't lose, man, when you do that.
Yeah. Of course, they are going to face off here on Metalopolis first up. So a nice even map to start off, like I was saying before. I like this map for TVZ.
I do too. I like this map in actually all matchups. I just wish that I didn't have close spawns when I played on the ladder. That would make me so happy. I know that in about a week or a week and a half, we will be having Season 3 with some new maps. The PTR, I've been told, is up. It was announced before, and I kept trying to log in. It wouldn't work. I haven't been able to get into it yet, but I do want to get in there and check out those maps. Also, guys, get on the PTR, check out those maps. If you find any new things in the PTR that haven't been announced yet, post them on Team Liquid. There's a thread about it. I'd love to hear those things, and everyone else would as well. So I definitely recommend getting on that PTR, testing the maps, doing all sorts of things.
So.
All right, so the map's loading up here, man. We're about to jump into it. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
They look ready. All right, so Lucira versus Top, game 1 on Metalopolis here at the GSL Codesk. I am Wolf. With me is Unstable. Who's going to take game 1? Let's find out.
All right, over here at the 9 o'clock position, we have our yellow Terran, hailing from OGS. He is.
OGS 탑.
She's pointing upwards towards the top. I made that joke last time.
You made it every time.
Quiet you. All right. Over here at the bottom position, doing an extractor trick. A member of the team Incredible Miracle. He is.
I am Lucira.
No, you're not. So many Lucira fans in the crowd taking those things that you bang together when you're at Starcraft events and banging them together. Lucira, I see him blink. Number 3 blinker in the world.
Wow.
He actually is so focused when he blinks. I'd love to see him do Blink Soccer Micro, man. And, you know, he is actually... You know, there's a lot of players in StarCraft who have those little nervous things they do in their booths. Like, Choya talks to himself. Flash, for example, he's so...
He sings, actually. He doesn't talk to himself.
Well, yeah, he does sing. Flash, you know, he has been known to twitch and blink very much before his games as well. And, you know, Lucira actually reminds me of him a lot when I see him in there, because he's not like that all the time. He just, when the game starts, whenever you see him on camera, he blinks a lot. And it's like a nervous twitch.
But of course, we do see close air positions on this map.
Drone comes out here, sees the SCD.
I don't know, I'm sitting here trying to rack my brain of what we're going to see from these two guys. But like we were saying before, it's just impossible to predict.
Yeah.
People who have that big of a
Repertoire.
Yeah, that's so many things that they can do, and they all do it so well each time that you can't really pin it down to something they do best.
Top really likes his reactor Hellions.
Yeah.
And he is making a factory, but he hasn't made a reactor from that barracks, so I don't think that's what we're going to see. This drone is actually going to come in here and see everything, though. We'll get a shot of it. Uh-oh. So he is going to make a reactor. He's just not going to wall with that factory. That's a little unusual. He had every possibility known to man to stop this drone from coming in. He did a great job with his Marine from stopping the
How
Overlord
is it not dead
in.
yet?
I don't know, but
He's
Top's
got-
like, oh, too bad.
I was going to say, if he got out as well.
That would have been the best deal ever. Although I have to say, that was a little weird because Top seemed like he was almost taking too much precautions stopping the Overlords. He had Marines on the very edges of his base, and then he just didn't. He, for some reason, didn't want the wall to be part of the wall. Probably because he didn't want the drone to come up and see it as the wall, because when you do that, then you know everything that's going on. But as it turns out, it doesn't matter.
So we do see that reactor Hellion coming out of Starport going down here for Top as well. Reaction from Lucira's 2 spine crawlers.
Yep.
Of course, we did see Nesty defend some great Hellion harassment earlier today. And Lucira, practice partner Nesty, wouldn't be surprised to see the exact same thing from him as well.
I am in complete agreement with you. He's actually just sending out 2 Hellions. He's going to switch. Now he's going to use the reactor from the factory. Of course, these links need to be taken out. Using the factory reactor for that barracks, and he's going to make a Banshee to control the watchtowers.
Well, he's got both spine crawlers up now, so he's got
these Hellions not going to do a whole lot.
They can't do really anything at the moment.
Well, they forced 2 spines, so that in itself is 2 drone kills.
Well, 3.
Think about it.
3 because the Evo chamber just went down. But he's going to follow it up with a cloaked Banshee.
Yeah, usually you don't see Cloak as a follow-up to this. You just see the Banshee come out and control the towers, control the map a little bit. But I like this investment. The problem is, it's such a large investment. Lucira's already getting the Evolution Chamber because it's such a common follow-up that I'm not sure if I agree with it. Certainly speed about to finish. Now, Lucira is constantly checking to see if there's a Command Center. The Command Center just got started to the top of the ramp. If he runs up, that one Marine's not going to be able to stop the Zerling from seeing that Command Center. In fact, that Zerling is going to come up here.
Yep,
Does see the Command Center
as well.
Yep, sees it.
But he's actually reactionarily, is that even a word? Whatever. Putting down the spore crawlers here.
reactionarily.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes you can put down Spore Callers reactionarily, but only when you think something like this is coming. And that Banshee already taking a lot of hits. He may actually just cancel the Cloak. Well, he has started a second Banshee as well.
Yeah.
It's just...
Well, he hasn't seen the spores yet.
Yeah, and he hasn't seen the Evo either, so I guess he's thinking that...
Pretty much everything that he's tried to do right here has been shut down.
Absolutely.
And Lysira hasn't had to actually make anything but drones.
Yeah, he actually has 3 Queens and 45 drones and 0 Zerglings.
Yep.
But, oh! Can't get too close to that Spore. Banshee uncloaks, or decloaks. It's decloak, that's the proper word for it. And the second Banshee is out. Now he's going to use these to control the map at this point, stop creep tumors from moving forward. I think it's probably the plan here. Because if the Queens try to defend the tumors before the Overseers are out, then Banshees will just cloak and be annoying. There are those Banshees now. Back at home, Top has added another barracks. He's actually double expanded. Something we didn't mention, he's made 2 command centers inside of his base. And so he doesn't have a lot of units right now. But soon he's going to have a lot of income. Right now, as far as units count go, 31 SCVs to 61 drones. That's kind of a problem. 4 Marines, 1 Siege Tank, and 2 Banshees, plus the 3 Hellions from earlier. Not a whole lot out for Top. And just these 3 Queens, though, are all that's out, plus 2 Zerglings for Lysira. So neither of these guys really having units. The Banshees being annoying, but the Queens annoying the Banshees. They're just annoying each other.
But we do see Lysira banking a little bit of resources here, but that Spire is almost finished. Wouldn't be surprised to see him taking his 3rd very, very quickly, but he does have units positioned at the 3rd here for Top. Unless he wants to take the gold.
This is true. And the control of the Watchtower is given to Top right now. He's actually going to kill this drone over here. We didn't get a shot of it. He killed a drone that was going to take a 3rd with those Banshees. So... couldn't quite take that 3rd as fast as he wanted to. He's actually going to have to bring Queens and an Overseer to take that 3rd base. Until these mutas get out. Otherwise, you can just use mutas. Either way. Burrow finishing up here. Baneling Nest being started. He's going to use that Burrow with the Banelings, of course. That Banshee trying to slow down the production of the hatchery, but like I was saying, the mutas are coming. Even an Overseer. Sorry, Banshee. Not your lucky day. Banshee, the other Banshee has gone around and checked for other bases. Sees that Changeling immediately takes out the Siege Tank. He's not playing around.
No, he's not. But Tara's going up in the main now for Top.
Yep. 3 of them, in fact. One of them already up. That's going to buy some time. He doesn't have to walk away.
And there's that 3rd going down for Lysira.
Finally able to get it. Hellions actually going to be forced off the Watchtower. They were a little bit flustered there. Didn't quite get out of harm's way. Supply-wise, Lysira and Top pretty dead even, but as far as resources go, Lysira's got 1,000 minerals banked up. He's a little gas-starved.
Yeah. Well, he's getting a lot of upgrades. He's got a lot of mutas out on the field as well. He's got that macro hatch there.
16 drones in production, and I think that's the perfect choice to make at this point. He's got control of the map with these mutas. He's going to come in here, well, and lose a missile.
He's just going to go for these missile turrets, take them down. Marine's nowhere to be found just yet, taking a little bit longer. Oh, actually, will that live or will it burn down? No.
Burns down. He's going to replace those turrets immediately. He did force a stim on those Marines. It's using a lot of medevac energy up right now.
Because of those drones, that 3rd base is now instantly saturated as well.
Yep. And he could even take a 4th at this point because these mutas are just giving him so much control. Top is in a bad spot.
Well, he's actually moving out with these units here. He might want to be aggressive. Does lose that Banshee in the middle of the map.
Yeah,
Priest bed is being very well done here by Lysira.
Some Banelings did get spotted. They were trying to burrow and ruin Top's day. He scanned and killed them. Now, Lysira's starting to take a little bit of a supply lead. Adding more and more units, and you're getting +2 melee attacks. Top repeatedly scanning because he's so scared of Baneling landmines. It's a lot of resources used. And every time Lysira gets a hint that he's moving out, runs in with these mutas, but this time Top is prepared. Does have to run away immediately. Top going to take the gold base here. Some might call it a ballsy move. I would say that in this case, it's pretty aggressive to do so, but it's smart because he's also expanding towards his opponent in this case.
Yeah.
So he can, of course, use that ability to be aggressive and fall back to defend the gold very easily. He's leaving those Marines back at home. I love that choice. Not enough Terrans just leave Marines at home.
Well, this entire time, Luciera's just getting a whole heap of upgrades. The sensor tower going down to top as well now.
Speedling's checking everywhere for these bases. Can't find them.
Luciera's just taking 2 extra bases as well. He's taking the gold and the 3 o'clock.
Ooh.
Oh. Ling run by coming straight into the natural. There's a lot of Lings here. I don't think there's enough to even deal with them. They are surrounding the bunker. It's going to go down. Top bringing the many Marines back as he can, but he's also darting in with his mutas at this gold base as well. A lot of SCVs going down that will be thwarted.
Does save almost half of those Zerglings, I would say. Sensor tower does go up, so Top is going to know everything. In fact, he's going to even be able to see the gold base is going up with that sensor tower.
But at the same time, we got Infestation Pit coming out now.
Nice little drop. We'll get a shot of it at the 3 o'clock.
No, Eunice nowhere near to be able to defend it. He might actually get this one down.
Like you were saying, Infestation Pit is done. Pathogen Glands coming out. Baneling speed and +1 flyer attacks on the way. Flyer attacks about to finish here. This drop going to get cleaned up. Should
Immediately remaking that base as well.
Yeah, he doesn't want to waste any time.
52 Lings in production and a Hive on the way.
That Hive is most likely going to be for a Greater Spire.
Yep.
Given the composition that we're seeing from Top.
Of course, Lucera does see this drop coming down in the main very quickly with this Overlord.
Yep, and he's got Spines in position as well to help deal with this. Top may just actually pick up and go, and that's exactly what he's going to do.
Needs to be careful of these mutas, though.
We're finding ourselves in a situation similarly to what we saw last game. He's going to maybe take out another muta and lose those Marines. To where Lucera is maxed, but he can't kill his opponent, so Top is just turtling and maxing as well.
There's a lot of Lings coming into the natural and the gold at the same time. A lot of these units for Top are out of position, straight onto that siege tank. Top, and the muta's coming in the main as well. He's just everywhere right now. And he's only really losing Lings. He's keeping those mutas alive, instantly remaxing.
Yeah, you gotta do stuff like this when you're ahead in this kind of situation.
Oh, he saved the hatchery.
Whoa! And Top scans, he's like, did I get that?
No.
What do you mean I didn't get that?
But he's cleaned up all the SCVs at that gold base.
Now he's going to get it.
Yeah, he's also taking out the sensor tower, but Top now in a good position. But oh, half his tanks were on siege then for a second. He's coming in. There's fungals on the Marines as well. Too many mutas.
Yeah, this is looking really bad for Top. He's losing too much here. He's not mining at the gold base. He's only mining from his natural. His army is in so many different split up groups.
Greater Spire is on the way now for Lucera as well, getting 15 more drones.
15 drones, that's almost too many drones. That's going to put him at a total of 93. And a sensor tower being remade, of course, at that gold base for Top to help spot attacks coming. Zerling burrowed here, so that base is going to be delayed.
But Lucera's already getting into the Infested Broodlord, and we're only about 19 minutes into the game.
Very true. Here come these Zerglings.
Oh, lots more SCVs being taken out.
And,
looks like he's just going to back up and go straight for that 4th base that Top has.
Well, he doesn't quite have it yet. He's scanned and killed that.
Well, yeah, that's true.
And he's going to take out these Marines, I guess. Maybe take out some tanks here as well.
Actually, we might be able to take out quite a lot more than we think.
Yeah, these Marines...
Whoa!
These Marines do have 1-1 upgrades. The Lings, though, have 2-1. And there were just so many of them.
He actually got the tank there as well.
Yeah. Lucera in a great spot at this point. 5 Broodlords on the way.
We got +3 melee attack. We've got Adrenal Glands as well. Lots of Spine Crawlers going down at these bases to defend drops as they just pop right at the perfect time to defend this. Muta's coming in to clean up that dropship as well.
Yeah, when you have too many drones and you're maxed out almost, it's okay to make 5 Spine Crawlers with that one base. That's absolutely okay. Those Broodlords finishing up, +2 flyer attacks on the way. Top making a planetary to help stop these Ling run-bys. The Broodlords are really going to change everything, because right now there are 42 Marines out and 7 siege tanks, but no Vikings whatsoever. And there are a decent amount of Infestors out. There's 5 Infestors, and those Marines, if they try to run under those Broodlords, they're just going to get fungled. And he's actually just going to send the Broodlords into the main because he knows there are no Vikings there. This is a bold move.
There's not much he can really do about it either. Because
yeah, I mean, there's no Vikings. He has enough mutas to where he knows if there are any Vikings,
Yeah.
he's just going to come and clean those up.
Moving straight into these turrets as well, them dropping immediately. The mutas are able to back up these Broodlords here as well.
The Marines just can't engage these Broods very well.
No. We do have 2 Vikings on the way now, but it's a little bit too late.
Yeah, 2 Vikings too late. And these Broodlords taking out these production facilities. Even the Broodlings just hitting everything as they start to stack up here. Top going to go for a counterattack. This could be pretty damaging.
Well, he's got a lot of Infestors there with a lot of energy as well.
Yeah, and actually, it looks like Lucera is just going to decide to back away. Taking a lot of hits, though, on these Broodlords. The mutas come back. He does take out 1 Brood.
Well, the supplies are about 60 difference. We do have Top moving closer and closer to this to this 4th base, but he's going to get surrounded very shortly with the Broodlords, mutas, and all those Infestors as well. He is unsieging and going home.
3 more Broodlords on the way. Top is at 150. Lucera maxed out. Lucera with 3,000, 1,500 banked up. He has just so many minerals that no matter what he wants, he gets it when a unit dies.
Yep.
He might actually like increase the supply cap to 250 here. He's going to change the game.
We could always make 50 spine crawlers and then get an extra 50
Yeah, and then
supply.
cancel. Yeah, that's actually possible.
Oh, losing a lot of SCVs there. Here come the Vikings.
Yeah, the Vikings actually doing a lot of damage, but
nice
Mutas
control
have
by
arrived.
both players. You need
Yeah.
to be careful not to get too close to those Marines.
Top doing a great job microing here, but really they're just fighting over nothing. But this is what's more important. These Zerglings trying to take out.
Yeah. Oh!
Did I just watch a planetary get killed by Zerglings on TV? Did you guys see
Oh, and a fungal on all the Marines!
Oh man, Top in a lot of trouble here.
Now
GG.
he's GG, yeah.
I mean, the gold base that he was fighting over so desperately didn't even have any minerals left. And while he was preoccupied, Lucera was just like, well, I have these adrenal gland Zerglings, and you know, if you don't repair right away, I might be able to kill a planetary fortress with Zerglings.
Yeah. Well, they had +3 as well. The
Yeah.
amount of DPS they put out is amazing. If you blink, your command centers die.
Yeah, exactly. Top doesn't look too phased by this. That was the weirdest high five I've ever seen. That's a Lucera high five.
He has to be delicate with his hands.
Yeah.
They're pro gamer hands, man.
Lucera is delicate with the hands, so I've been told. It came out so weird.
Alright, so the next map is going to be Tal'Darim.
Yeah, it is. Could have an intensely long, big game. Intensely big, long game. The game is going to be intense, that's for sure.
Alright.
It may be big, it may be long. The map is big. The game may be long. This joke has gone on far too long.
Alright, so yeah, I think this is going to play into Lucera a little bit better than Will Top, though. He seemed to have a difficulty just focusing on all the different angles that Lucera was coming at him in that last game. And like we saw, those upgraded lanes just tore through that command center so quickly. And it just seemed like Top was behind the whole game. His
really did.
Hellions couldn't do anything. His Banshee couldn't do anything. There was like 100 drones near the end there as well.
Lucera just did a great job of catching everything. He did a catch-all build. His control was incredible as well.
But of course, like we were saying, Tal'Darim up next.
Top's gonna have to make something happen here. I'm sure that if he tries to do the similar style, Lucera will shut it down again, especially on a map like Tal'Darim. So I think we're gonna see a little bit different play from him. He might 2 racks expand, or maybe even 1 barracks expand. It's a little bit riskier, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did that. I wouldn't put it past him. Lucera looking very confident. Look at that. Doesn't have to blink this time, because this time he's ready. All right, now he's doing it a little bit. Just like that, I'm like intensely looking at his eyes. All right, the map is loaded. Lucera giving us a Lucera wink. All right, who's going to take this one? Will Lucera close it out 2-0, or will Top tie it up? Whichever one of these players, or if, well, let's jump into it.